Good morning. If you knew that Jesus was coming tomorrow and you would see him face to face, what would you do today? What would you change about how you lived your life today if you knew you would see Jesus tomorrow? The truth is, he could come tomorrow. He could come today. We could see him face to face. Are you ready for that? And I don't mean, would you go with him? I think that all of you that are listening know that you'd go to heaven if Jesus came back or if you were to die. But if you don't know that, then you need to contact us at info@arlingtonbaptist.church, and we'd love to help you know how you can know for sure you'd go to heaven. But that's not what I'm talking about today. What's your bucket list? Do you have a bucket list? Do you know what that is? I would say a list of things that you want to do before you die. A few things that would be on my bucket list would be a trip to Venice, Italy. My husband and I were planning a trip there for our 15th wedding anniversary. And then along came little Marky, and I did not think that I would enjoy a trip to Venice with a 4-month-old baby with me. And so we decided to postpone that trip to another day, and hopefully someday we will do that. Another one would be, I would love to go with my husband to London, England. I was blessed to be able to go as a chaperone on a school senior trip several years ago, and I had such a great time, and I would love to go back and do some of those things with my husband and also some things that we weren't able to do. Also, I'd like to know before I die that I truly made a difference in just one person's life. Just to know that the Lord used me in a small way to help someone else. That would be one of my greatest desires. That is something I would like to do and to know before I die. So those are some things on my bucket list. But this thought about how I would live my life if I knew that Jesus was coming back tomorrow, what would I do today, made me start thinking about a heavenly bucket list. Now, yours might be totally different than mine would be, but here are some things that I thought that I would do if I knew that I was going to see Jesus face to face tomorrow. Here's my heavenly bucket list. The first thing, if I knew Jesus was coming back tomorrow and I would go with him to heaven, I know that I would be more giving. I mean, if you think about it, what use would my things be to me in heaven if they stayed down here on earth? I would have no use for them. 1 Timothy 6:7 says, "For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out." Ecclesiastes 5:15 says, "As he came forth of his mother's womb, naked shall he return to go as he came, and shall take nothing of his labor, which he may carry away in his hand." And we all know the verse from Luke 6, "Give, and it shall be given unto you." Be more giving. That's one thing I would do if I knew Jesus was coming tomorrow. When we die or when Jesus returns, it will all be left behind. So I thought, who could I help today if I was more willing to give? The second thing I would do is I would fix broken relationships. I would not want to arrive in heaven and know that the last words I spoke to someone, my sister, my husband, a friend, I would not want to think that the last words I said to them were hurtful or hateful words. And if they had spoken hurtful words to me, I would still try to make it right. That those things really wouldn't matter anymore in the scope of eternity. Luke 6:36-37 says, "Be ye therefore merciful, as your Father also is merciful. Judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned. Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven." Make it right. Don't wait until it's too late. If they don't want to listen, then you've tried to do your part, but try to make it right. The third thing I put on my heavenly bucket list is if I knew that Jesus was coming back tomorrow, I know that I would be more patient and more loving with my husband and with my children today. When I'm going away for a few days, like to a ladies' conference or something, and I know I'm going to leave them behind, I always want to spend a little extra time with them before I leave. I sit down by their bedside. I talk with them for a while. We pray together. We snuggle for a while. I give them hugs, just a little extra. And I'm more patient with them during the day because I know I'm not going to be seeing them for a while. I know I'll be gone. I know I'll be missing them. Why don't I do that now? Proverbs 31:26-28 says, "She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. Let that be said of us today and every day, not just when we know we'll be gone, but today. Speak kindness today. The last thing I would do if I knew Jesus was coming tomorrow is I would tell everyone I could about him today. I don't think we as humans fully grasp the awfulness of hell. If we did, we would exert every ounce of energy making sure our family, friends, and loved ones knew Jesus personally so they would not have an eternal separation from God. But why don't we do that now? I know we get busy and the demands of the day steal our focus. But if we knew Jesus was coming tomorrow, there would be nothing that would stop us from reaching out to our brother one last time or making sure our neighbor knew about Jesus. Nothing would stop us from driving any distance to tell our grandma or our mom or our dad or a friend about Jesus. It would be their last chance to hear. Maybe today is their last chance to hear. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time, and then vanisheth away. James 4:14. And in 2 Corinthians 6:2 it says, Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Don't wait until it's too late. Tell them now. Whatever face may have just popped into your mind while I was speaking right now about that is who you need to tell today. Don't delay. Tomorrow might be too late. Bucket lists. Yours may be different than mine, but what would you change about how you lived your life today if you knew that Jesus was coming back tomorrow? Something to think about today.